Hey, you guys, continuing on. So this is the third video I'm doing that I started with trying to figure out exactly what is on all the parties' minds as opening arguments started this afternoon. And it started while the moon in Sagittarius, this is from the third quarter moon on Friday, and it moved over here during opening remarks. So I'm focusing on this area and these parties over here and what exactly is going on, because this is just, you know, I don't even have words to describe. So in the first part I looked at these, the second part I looked at these four. Donald drew the Page of Wands. Stubb, over in Siberia, grabbed the Justice card, which is usually Bill Behind Bars card. But instead, Bill Behind Bars drew the Moon, which is China. And Mitch drew the Ace of Swords, which is not the truth. It's an assault and weaponized information. He and his wife are in a lot of trouble. And so for this one, I decided, we know that Pelosi and Schiff and all of them are doing the right thing behind the scenes. I was more interested in finding out what the intel community was focused on. The Queen of Pentacles. This is my Mo card. The flow modus. The Bureau of Investigators had the Three of Pentacles. SDNY, the Six of Cups, and the Eastern District of Virginia had the Devil. And because right now the Senate voted to table Schumer's First Amendment, the Republican Party drew the World card, which has to do with successful endings during this time period. So, and this gross deck, why I have all this salt and herbs and clay on here, is because this deck is the original deck from the Eclipse series that was ending Donald's, inauguration / presidency last January 21st, 2019. It's really gross energy. So let's take a look at the Republican Party. I almost feel like they're screaming for help. Like maybe if we vote all these things down, maybe we'll get more calls from constituents. And then they'll be able to say, I couldn't help it. They were saying I had to vote for blah, blah, blah. So you guys, if there's any time to be calling, it's now, because we're still in eclipse energy and it has more leverage. Okay? Especially you red state folks. So let's take a look. No, I'm not going to use this deck. What exactly does this World card, successful endings, mean for the Republican Party? As we're here with the opening arguments with Donald's, whatever. Okay, so Republican Party. Why this? Why are you drawing that? Why is ending this with success so important? What's on your mind? What's on your mind? The government. They're the Senate, but I think they're more worried about the government, like Donald's empire government, because the government has led to what? The government has led to what? Government has led to what? Because of the government, they've been forced to take action now because, I'm assuming, with the impeachment. So they're being forced to take action. Interesting to see who, because their challenge is what? What's their challenge with this? Things are moving way too fast. They got to slow it down, and they got to get this over with. This card also represents the sign of Cancer in astrology, and the United States sun is in the sign of Cancer. And this is going to lead to what? This impeachment, you guys, is leading to news from Russia and Saudi Arabia in the Middle East. That is why they don't want this news to get out. What's at the very basis of this? Whoops. Having to make a choice. Having to separate the voters, the majority, separate Donald from being impeached. They have to make this difficult decision on how to end this and get it done quickly because of news from Russia. Nancy was just acting too fast because of all of this evidence. This can be all of this evidence that they're refusing to hear. This can be laundered money that they took from Russia. It can be votes for impeachment. It can be laundered money or kickbacks that they've gotten. Trump, Russia, their agreement. Because this is more like Stubb from Siberia, his view is that he and Donald are kind of like co-rulers of the world, but actually, you know, Stubb from Siberia is actually the ruler. And they understand that. They all understand that. It's the Republican Party acknowledging that. And the truth getting out. There's all this evidence from Trump, Russia, and the truth getting out. They don't want that to happen. Because of Emperor Don Julio. Isn't it just ridiculous? Oh, there's a Republican Party. So, what are you so afraid of with Donald? Why is Donald so scary? Why such loyalty to him? They're scared because this is my Mo card. My Mo card giving money back and forth overseas. It's also been trafficking. Voter suppression, stolen money from agencies, military strikes that were planned in coordination with this. They're also because of the United States of America is pissed. And they have major, major burdens that they are owed to Stubb Putin and the dynasty. So that's why they do what they do. They don't care. They want to get this over with. That's their goal. And they're going to do it by any means. So with them tabling votes, don't be shocked. It's totally wrong. I know it's frustrating, but things are still evolving and unfolding. This new moon in Aquarius, oh my gosh, very interesting. Okay, so the intelligence communities, they drew the Queen of Pentacles during this time, which is, you know, Mo running money back and forth to, you know, Don's pals. So, Intel community, why draw the Queen of Pentacles? Because Trump, Russia. There you go. Because in the past, that's money laundering. That's money that's been brought back and forth. These are the kickbacks that come back to the Trump campaign, and come back to like whatever he spends it on, like the Republican Party. News from Trump, Russia, from overseas. Now remember, this is the intel communities. This is what they're focused on. And the challenge with that news is all the data. Voting data, propaganda, their propaganda farms, their troll farms, which is going to lead to what? The intelligence agencies, I hope, striking back. What's at the very basis of this? What the IC has? Ooh, the magician. Now, this is manipulation. It's also been my Kim Jong-un. I think China's also involved with hacking of, yeah, I've done readings on that, with hacking of elections. So this is at the basis of what they're looking into, so they must know. And there you go. That's the assault, Ace of Swords. Also makes me think of Mitch McConnell because he has also taken money with kickbacks to the Republican Party and all this. So that is why the intel community drew the Queen of Pentacles. Now the FBI, on the other hand, they are concerned probably with intercepts of secret talks, or maybe our allies have given them information from abroad, because these yahoos think that encrypted apps mean no one knows. WhatsApp? What's that? Oh my gosh, these people are just not smart. Oh, what was that? Oh, the Knight of Swords reversed. So intelligence turned on its head, maybe? Or it's our intelligence agencies sharing stuff. It's like intelligence is falling out everywhere. It's just, there's just so much of it. Okay, so FBI, in the past, what happened? Rick Gates. Rick Gates is the son. Yeah, because I had him cooperating with and sharing information with them more and more around the time. It was his last day of cooperation. It related to Paul Manafort. Maybe it related to, I think maybe around the time Lev and Irv were indicted. Because in the past, Rick Gates gave up everything, which led to, oh, China. China also led to China, which is going to lead to, in the future, all that new money. What's the challenge with China? The Republican Party. Yep, debt's due. So yeah, the Republican Party is implicated in this. What's at the basis of this? We have how the FBI is ongoing intercepts and following up with what they're doing with the leads from Rick Gates. Yeah, because the High Priestess card, this is the card that overall has to do with elections worldwide and how Russia manages that information and manages the elections and flips elections. Okay, what do you have to say? You have, oh, there's the bribes, money laundering, so they're onto that. Oh my goodness. And they're on to Mo. Oh, that. So the IC and the FBI are onto her. And how they transmit information, intelligence, cryptocurrencies, everything way far away. Abroad, across seas, which is interesting because the moon is in Sagittarius right now, and Sagittarius represents long distance travel, higher learning, information, philosophies. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Who else do we have here? So who drew the Six of Cups? That would be SDNY. So SDNY is focused on something from the past. Usually it's my Republican, my GOP card. It's Donald's tax returns. It's the debts that Donald is due to Putin, like it's their bills that have come due, but more so Donald's tax returns and the Republican Party, how they've been receiving payments through Donald, through Russia. So what do we have? So SDNY, you're focusing on this because what happened in the past? What happened in the past? Stolen elections, stolen money, changing terms. I'm going to say stolen elections. Payments for stolen elections. Republican Party. Oh, this is interesting. So Eight of Swords, this has been showing up a lot lately. This has been Zelensky. It's been Hillary Clinton voters. It's also been current Democrat candidates who are getting bound up by propaganda. It's also kind of like that micro-targeting, what Cambridge Analytica and SCL and Facebook did to mess with our brains and brainwash people and steal their data and weaponize it back against them. Stolen elections to this. What's going to happen? This is going to lead to what? voter suppression. I am going to say voter suppression. I don't think it's immigration. I don't think it's agency money because we have the stealing, we have the manipulation, the brainwashing, binding up of a candidate. This is what SDNY is working on. At the basis of this is temperance. So temperance is blending, you know, Russian disinformation with talking points. It's also brainwashing. It's that military psyops that they're using. And here we have this person who's obviously a victim of that. What's the challenge with this right now? Ooh. Bad data and bad propaganda. Because there's been embedded bad data and propaganda, and I think this is why Netanyahu lost his first election and the second election, because Jared gave them bad data. That's from last May. Those are some really good, video to watch. Okay, SDNY. What else? Ooh, the Dynasty card. It revolves around the Trump family, all of them, and the money that they offered to pay off people to make him king, to make him president. This is Rick Gates. Rick Gates is revealing how this whole operation worked and how money and data, voter information, intelligence was transmitted overseas. That's SDNY. Holy crap. You're in trouble. Okay, and the last but not least, who do we have here? The devil, stubbed from Siberia. This is the Eastern District of Virginia. Virginia. Eastern District of Virginia is focused on the devil, stubbed from Siberia. So what's this about, Eastern District of Virginia? What are you focused on right now as impeachment hearings have gotten underway? What are you focused on? Stubbed from Siberia. You have, okay, this is a lot of things. This is killing the impeachment process. It's killing the Zelensky investigation. It's killing the Robert Mueller investigation. It's literal killings that happened in Iraq and those orders. Also back in Syria. All those things that they've obstructed and wanted to kill. That is interesting, which is leading to what? Eastern District of Virginia. There you go, Ace of Cups. When Stubbs from Siberia gets Donald to do his military work. Eastern District, Virginia. I wonder if this involves Esper, because Esper and Mitch are always the ones who know about this Ace of Cups. You know, this is the device, the thing, the gadget, the app, the whatever that Lavrov brought over from Russia in December, around the time of the impeachment hearings, so that he could, in Russia, could communicate directly with, you know, the White House, with Mitch. Senator Shelby knows about this. So does Eric Trump. And so does Esper. Like, Esper has a direct link. There's other people that know. I think Mitch knows about it. But so this is what Eastern District Virginia is working on. And so this was to start, like, the wars. Oh my gosh. The challenge is the Ten of Swords. Donald is done. Challenge is, why is this the challenge? Is it the Donald? That's a whistleblower. That's Ivanka. There's Ivanka. That's oligarchs. That's Melania. And the White House. That's all the challenge. And the muddy news, Jared. And the mafia. So that's the oh, maybe because they're not totally cooperating yet. Yeah, they're not totally done implicating Donald and all this stuff. Okay, and this is going to lead to what? The Republican Party. There you go. This is what the Eastern District of Virginia drew as impeachment hearings open in the Senate. What's the very basis of this, Eastern District of Virginia? Temperance, again, how Russia and these guys blend the information, blend the narrative, blend the ideas back and forth, back and forth. I'm just going to say I'm doing one thing, but I'm doing another. You know, I'm anti-corruption. No, I am pro-corruption. That kind of garbage. The mafia, Flynn, Manafort, Lev, Irv, against the United States of America, and Donald's offers that he made for a tax. Donald's offers that he made for a tax on the United States of America. There you go. 3 of Cups. So who's triangulating here? If it has to do with Iran and Iraq, I would say Esper, Donald, Putin. This came from Putin. This has to be the Defense Department and Donald. Okay. Show me Esper. Show me Esper in all this. Show me Esper. The oligarchs in Esper. And Stubb from Siberia and the dynasty and their agreements. So he knows about all the money. And candidate Trump. Esper. He's trying to block all that news. Esper. That's it. He's the one having the secret talks. So the 3 of Pentacles was drawn by the FBI. Esper's involved. Is Esper, and I think Esper's indicted. Bribes and money. Turning on the Department of Defense, turning on U.S. Okay. I've had enough. Okay, we're going to stop there. We're at 22 minutes. Okay, so enjoy the impeachment hearings, you night owls. I hope you have fun with that. I don't know. I just am so not into this. They're just, everything's going to get spun. Things are still unfolding. We don't know where things are going. I still feel blinded by what's all going on. So I'm just going to keep consulting the Tarotscope because that's the only thing that's making sense to me these days, okay? If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate it. Please double check your notifications. And have a wonderful day. Thanks. Okay, bye.